Why does everyone love Guild Wars 2? This question has been on my mind for quite a while now. Over the years, I've been peppered with comments about how great Guild Wars 2 is and that I should go play it. My favourite content creators have also jumped ship and started playing Guild Wars 2. Some are even falling over themselves trying to play it.
How the fuck did I
And for myself, well, I actually have played it before. Personally, I have just over 50 hours, which is pretty pathetic by MMO standards. And trust me, I know I've based my whole channel on playing really bad games for large amounts of time. So when ArenaNet reached out to me to offer me a sponsor for Guild Wars 2, I saw this as an opportunity to 1, finally find out why people love this game so much, and 2, to make some money. I joke, I like making videos and money. But I have genuinely wondered over the years what makes it so special. Why does this 13-year-old MMO do better than some of its counterparts? And I've heard the usual reasons. It has great lore, great storytelling, the combat is a combination of tab targeting and action combat. There's an abundance of expansions and they keep releasing them. In fact, they just released a new one, which I'll talk about a bit later, which is all great stuff. I mean, it's really good. But I'm here for specifics. I went out there, I asked my friends, I asked my community, I went all the way through Reddit to find out what you guys specifically love about this game. And here's the result. One thing in particular that came up quite a lot is Guild Wars 2 seasonal events. I had numerous people tell me to go do the Winter's Day activities. And when it comes to holiday events in MMOs, I'm quite the connoisseur. I've seen quite a few over the years. And usually it just involves whacking in some snow or love hearts or Easter bunnies and a few fetch quests and a costume and calling it a day. However, when it came to Guild Wars 2, they really did make it a game changer. And I actually mean that because some of the stuff they added in wasn't in the game until obviously the holiday event occurred. One thing in particular was Toy Apocalypse, which is basically a tower defense mode. In this mini game, you have to work with other players to basically build up your defenses and hold off the mobs. And it's really cool the way they did this. It literally is very unique. And I spent a good hour or two doing this. They also had Snowball Mayhem, which was basically PvP with a Christmas skin on top and all Christmas abilities. And honestly, highly addictive. I won my first game and thought I was doing really well, and then it just went downhill from there. But despite back-to-back losses, 10 out of 10 game mode, highly recommend. And then a game mode that I utterly despise, which was Bell Choir Assemble. Now, I know what people are going to say, don't like it because bad, which is fine, because I was terrible at this. I just want you to know, back in the day, on Guitar Heroes 2, I was in the top 100 for Rage Against Machine on the highest difficulty, so I know how to play these games, but apparently I just suck at this one. And then you have these events with a winter skin on top, so the Winter Wonderland jump puzzle. It's super infuriating, but also quite addictive. And if you look on the left-hand side, you can see how popular this game mode is, even though I actually and physically despise it. And then there are some Winter Strike missions. I took part in one, had no idea what was going on, but it felt very festive. I have to say, this is the most Christmassy I've ever felt playing a MMO. And this isn't even an MMO I've made and put hundreds of hours into. So if all the holiday events are like this, I totally get it. I generally understand. Another thing people won't shut up about are the jump puzzles. Yes, I briefly mentioned the winter one, but trust me, there's a lot more out there, and they're just as infuriating.
Oh, no.
I did manage to complete one that was suggested to me, and I'm pretty sure I made it harder than it needed to be. Oh, fuck my life. Fuck my fucking life. There were bits which were surprisingly more difficult than they needed to be, but I completed it and it felt good, even if I had to turn the gamma all the way up just so I can cheese the bits that were too dark to see. But I do understand why people enjoy this torture. Like a lot of MMOs, Guild Wars 2 has a cash shop with an abundance of cosmetics that you could buy, but not only that, you can earn in-game. So naturally, this has become a huge part of the game where people strive to try and get the latest skins. And when you see what people rock up on, I understand, I get it, because I really did feel like the lowest of the low on my basic bitch mount. And there's someone next to me on this like fire demon or Christmas rabbit. And it was just like, damn, I need to up my game. And this leads us into the other thing people love about this game. Not that any of you care or notice, but I actually dressed my character up to look a bit more Christmassy for this video. But, you know, whatever. Everyone knows that fashion is endgame when it comes to MMOs, and once again, Guild Wars 2 has an abundance of fashion to pick from. I think maybe because this is a 10-year-old MMO, there's that much variety out there that no two characters seem to be alike. And this one really speaks to me because personally, I love character customization. I like looking as unique as possible and stand out in the crowd. So yeah, I understand this one. Something that I truly believe in is that music can really make or break a game. For instance, the music in Elden Ring is iconic. It really does bring the game all together to give you this sort of haunting yet beautiful environment. The OST for Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, they just live rent-free in my head. They're just childhood nostalgic sounds which are just stuck with me, which is why I use them all the time in my videos. And then you have the Guild Wars 2 soundtrack, which is obnoxiously really atmospheric. And I mean that in a good way, because I'm sat here playing a game with fairies and elves, and yet somehow the music is really emotional and just, it hits, it works. Usually when I do recordings, I turn the music all the way off just so when I do edit the video, it makes life easier. But with Guild Wars 2, I just find myself leaving the music on. And it is because it is that good. And that's because they used the same composer who did Oblivion and Skyrim, Jeremy Soule. So yeah, I get it. I get why people love the music when it comes to Guild Wars 2. And speaking of musicians, you also have the in-game ones, because Guild Wars 2 actually allows you to play instruments in-game, and apparently it's quite a spectacle to behold. I did try to play a bit of music myself, but I just didn't really do a good job.
I'm gonna get you, chicken.
10 points to anyone who can guess what that was. One thing that gets a lot of praise about Guild Wars 2 is simply its expansions. It's not something that's thrown at you every year and you must buy it or you'll miss out. They are gradually introduced to the game and each one brings its own flavour. Being so new to the game, I obviously decided to get the latest expansion, Visions of Eternity. I won't lie, I know nothing when it comes to Guild Wars 2 lore. However, I was able to follow the main story questline quite easily, and following the prologue got me stranded on a new island. But it's not just a new area to explore, they've made some other updates as well. The skimmer mount has been updated so you can now use it underwater. There's also some new professions in the elite specification, a new homestead map with a fully demolishable housing plot, some new hairstyles because, once again, fashion is endgame. And there's also some other stuff coming in the first update next year, including a fashion template and a new raid. And as someone who's new to Guild Wars 2, I have to say I was actually really impressed with the new expansion, and I think it's highly worth checking out. Fishing boat. You can get in a boat and fish. Yes, this was a suggestion. Fishing boat. So you got your shiny new mount, you want to show it off, what's the best way to do it? I don't know, how about a race? That's right, you can do races. And it really highlighted to me how fresh I am at this game because I was so slow. In fact, in one of the races, I decided to just run. And to my surprise, there were also some other competitors on foot. I guess they were also trying to get the achievement. And I'm not even sure if you get anything extra for placing, third from last as opposed to dead last. But I wasn't about to find out because winners win the foot race. They beat the other people in the foot race. Newsflash, I'm enjoying Guild Wars 2 at the minute. I'm enjoying playing it, I'm enjoying unlocking new stuff, and I'm enjoying doing the exploration. And the whole time I've been playing, I haven't once felt alone either. Like everywhere you go, there's other players doing stuff and questing. And I think at a time where MMO seems to be in this sort of dip, I feel like Guild Wars 2 is definitely going against the grain on that one. I mean, just hanging out in the Winterhold event area, you could see how busy this game is. There's just players everywhere. So for me personally, I think that's one of the biggest things I like about this game. It just generally does seem to have a community feel about it, and it's alive. So I'll put this to you guys. If you want to see me review Guild Wars 2 next year and do like a 100 hours plus review, get this video to 2,069 likes, and next year I pledge I will do a full-on Guild Wars 2 review. But anyway, on that bombshell, I'm going to end the video there. Let me know in the comments below what you love about Guild Wars 2 and if there's something in particular I should check out. And thank you to ArenaNet for sponsoring this video at a time where MMOs seem to be dying and content just isn't what it used to be. It's nice to have these sponsors to fall back on from time to time. And make sure you check out the new expansion, Visions of Eternity, because honestly, it's worth checking out. Anyway, that's it from me. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.